Hello everyone, you're welcome to Success Part with us. This is Biology Video Lecture Series with Akerele Oladimeji Philip. On today's class we'll be talking about questions on classification. Like I always say, it's better if you've read this topic. However, I will still take out time to explain some few things to make the class interesting. So let's get started. Use the diagram for the questions that follow. The organism represented belongs to division what? Divisions are used for fungi and for kingdom fungi and kingdom plantae. And we have different divisions under kingdom plantae. So these options are some of the divisions. So as it is here, we have different options. Spirogyra is this is Spirogyra, and it belongs to division Thallophyta. Those are filamentous in nature. They are not they don't have a normal body, so to say, and I think it would be better if I just name what these things are here. So this one is pointing to this thick thing, that's mucilage. This two is spiral chloroplast. Alright, this three is the cell wall, because it's a plant. Alright, and plants do have cell wall. This is cytoplasm. This space, all the spaces are the cytoplasm. This 5 is the nucleus. These dots are starch granules. It's not identified here, but let me take it again. 1 is mucilage, 2 is spiral chloroplast. You can see it is coily. 3 is cell wall, 4 is cytoplasm, 5 is nucleus. Alright, the structure in the diagram gives the organism what structure in the diagram gives the organism the characteristic feature to belong to kingdom plantae? Wow. So because there's something that all examples of kingdom plantae are meant to have, and that is chloroplast. And what's chloroplast in here? That's your 2. So that's going to be 2, because every organism in kingdom plantae should have chloroplast. That's why they can photosynthesize. The man that invented the system of classification, that's Akerele Oladimeji. At this point, there are a number of them that does that. It's not only the one. We have Carl Woolf and some other people I can't remember right now. So, but the point is, he pioneered one of the most recent and major system of classification. In fact, he was the one that founded binomial nomenclature, which means living things bearing 2 names. So all the following pairing of binomial nomenclature is wrong except for. So that means in here we have some scientific name wrongly paired except for one. So cat is rightly paired to its botanical name. Sorry, not botanical name, scientific name. Other ones are wrongly matched. Alright. Arrange the following in the right order. Oh, the options there are not exemplified, not properly arranged. Let's move on. The absence of special food and water conducting systems restrict the body size in the This structure is called vascular bundle and is made up of xylem and phloem. So the question is saying which of the following combinations here does not have that. The answer is algae, liverworts, and mosses. Algae, that's your phalophyte, though in this case we will say green algae. Liverwort and mosses both belong to division Bryophyta. Dash is an example of mollusca. That is your snail, octopus. Those are examples of mollusca. That's phylum Mollusca under kingdom Animalia. Which of the following has a segmented abdomen, a pure antenna, and a head and thorax? That would be insect. That's class Insecta under phylum Arthropoda under kingdom Plantae. I hope you're getting that right. Blood fluke, otherwise called schistosoma, belongs to phylum Platyhelminthes. They are generally called flatworms. Another name for Platyhelminthes, or general name for them, is Platyhelminthes. Alright. Which of the following is considered wrong? The thing is, all the options here have some things in common, or they belong to a particular group, except for one. This is a very funny question because there's so much guide. So if you look at this, octopus, that's mollusca. This is all of them belongs to kingdom Animalia, but this is phylum Mollusca, phylum Chordata, phylum Chordata, phylum Chordata. So this is the wrong or odd one out. Alright, or you can say that is the only invertebrate here. Cephalothorax is present in which of the following groups? Cephalothorax is the combination of the head. Cephal means head, thorax means chest. So which of the following has the two fused together? And that is your arachnida. The other group which is not mentioned here is your crustaceans. They also have their head and thorax fused together. Which of the following has an additional DNA other than the normal DNA? That's your bacteria, and that extra DNA is called plasmid. Alright, Plasmid, plasmid. The organism represented above belongs to phylum. Oh, I think there's a mistake here. The phylum is not mentioned, it's only the class that is mentioned. So this, I should change this to class, but I'll also mention the phylum so that we can make it easy for us. This organism belongs to phylum Chordata. Alright, so now under phylum Chordata we have different classes. These are the classes. So the class this organism belongs to is Amphibia. Alright, I hope you're able to take note of the correction. Which of the following is true of cyanobacteria? It's not true, because it's not true. All the four options here, 3 are correct, 1 is not correct. So it is not true. Please pay attention to that. They are also called blue-green algae. That's correct. They exhibit autotrophic nutrition. That means they can photosynthesize. No, they cannot. They use chemicals, that's correct. They use methane gas, that's correct. So the answer to that is they exhibit autotrophic nutrition. Alright. Use the diagram below for the questions that follows. The organism feeds how? Before we do that, what is this organism called? This is rhizopus that belongs to division Zygomycota under kingdom fungi. I'll say that again. This is rhizopus that belongs to division Zygomycota under kingdom fungi. And let's label that. A is your hyphae, B is your rhizoid, C is your sporangium. Alright, so fungi generally feed saprophytically. You should know that fungi feed saprophytically. The rhizoid and the sporangium are represented by what and what? That would be B and C. That would be B and C. Which of the following is wrong about fungi? They store food as glycogen, that's correct. Cell wall is made up of chitin, that's correct. Example of Zygomycota is the yeast. They exhibit extracellular digestion, D is correct. Zygomycota, example of Zygomycota is not yeast, is rhizopus. Yeast belongs to Ascomycota. Alright, so all of these are correct except for C. Which of the following is the most primitive amongst the following? That sounds funny. Which of them is the least well, if I want to arrange this in hierarchy from the most complex to the simplest, it's going to be pteridophyte, pteridophyta, leucophyta, bryophyta. This is going to be alright. If this is ETE, that becomes English word. Alright, well, we're using Greek. So now, pteridophyta, leucophyta, bryophyta, then thallophyta. So the most primitive is the least, that means the least advanced, and that would be thallophyta. Now looking at this diagram, this is a mammal, this is an amphibia, this is, those are birds, these are Pisces, fishes. So the following exhibit pyokilothermy, which means it's cold-blooded. That would be Pisces and amphibia, that is 2 and 4. 2 and 4. Do we have that here? Wow, that must have been a mistake. It should be 2 and 4. 2 is amphibia, is cold-blooded. 4 is fish, cold-blooded. Alright, please pardon my mistakes, but thank God they are corrected. That's why we are doing it together. In alternation of generation, or in alternation of generation in plants, it should be alternation of generation. Sorry, some of these I prepared this is midnight actually, so I was a bit tired when compiling this, so please pardon me. That's why there are some mistakes in here. Alright, so in alternation of generation in plants, which of the following is considered wrong? The sporophyte generation is diploid while the gametophyte generation are haploid. That's correct. Let me just go straight to the point. In sporophyte, in the life cycle of Moses, the sporophyte is dominant. No, that is wrong. It is the gametophyte that is dominant. Alright, it's the gametophyte that is dominant, not sporophyte. It is the likes of pteridophytes that have their dominant generation to be sporophyte, but for Moses, it is their gametophyte that is dominant. So every other thing here are correct except for option D. In pteridophyte, which of the following is correct? They have a primitive vascular bundle, or okay. I suppose I should take question 20 again. In pteridophyte, which of the following is incorrect? It is incorrect. They have a primitive vascular bundle. The gametophyte is dominant in the life cycle. That is wrong. In pteridophyte, the gametophyte is not dominant. It is the sporophyte. In fact, it is only bryophyte that we have the gametophyte dominant. All that division is the sporophyte that is dominant. So in this option 20, every other option is correct except for option B. Now, which of the following bears seed on a cone? That's your gymnosperm, the likes of ginkgos, conifers. Alright, cedars, those are examples of gymnosperm, and they bear their seeds on cones. They don't have their own seed, is not enclosed in an ovary. Alright, the major difference between angiosperm and gymnosperm is angiosperm has an enclosed seed. That's the answer. Yes, I just said it earlier on that the seed in gymnosperm are naked on a structure called cones, or sometimes they call it strobilus, so to say. But then, so all these other ones are not the major difference. It is their differences in a way, but that's not the major. No. As a matter of fact, I'm not even sure this option A. No, there's nothing. If these other options are not even correct, so this is a major difference. Which of the following exhibits double fertilization? Yes, pine is an example of gymnosperm. Mango, angiosperm. Spirogyra, example of talophyte. Ginkgo is example of gymnosperm. So it is angiosperms that carry out double fertilization. And that's why we have mango as the answer. Which of the following is radially symmetrical? That means they are divided from the middle. That's Hydra, because they don't really have no head, no tail, no. They don't have the body cannot be divided into two, which is when we divide the body into two, we call that bilateral symmetry of equal halves, where you can have like what you have on the right on the left. But for Hydra, it doesn't have a normal head or tail to say, so you can't divide it into two. So you can only divide it from the middle. Which of the following has a nematocyst? That's Hydra. It is used as a protective organelle in it. That's what it uses to protect itself from predator and also to kill its prey, because this nematocyst is used to sting. So what it stings is the what's it called, the prey the prey becomes paralyzed, then it holds on to it. Which of the following is a polyp? Alright. Polyps are cylindrical in shape, and that is they both let me say something at this juncture. Jellyfish and hydra are both called colenterate, or better still now called cnidaria. Cnidaria is a new name for colenterate or colenterata. Alright. Now this jellyfish is umbrella shape, so we call this one medusa, while hydra is cylindrical shape, we call that polyps. Alright. So which of the following is a prokaryote? Prokaryotes are organisms that does not have a well-defined nucleus. Doesn't mean they have nucleus, so to say. And what do you have in nucleus? Genetic material. So in their own case, their nucleus does not really have a membrane, so their genetic material is just found in the cytoplasm, and that area where it is found is called nucleoid, or we can call it nucleoid zone. Alright. So which of the following here is not having a well-defined nucleus? That's your bacteria. Bacteria doesn't have a well-defined nucleus. So every other thing here are all eukaryotes. They have well-defined nucleus. So their DNA and RNA are found within a confined place called nucleus. An animal picked up by an ecologist has the following features: a segmented abdomen, 3 pair of working appendages, a body divided into head, thorax, and abdomen. The animal is likely to be an insect. Which of the following uses gills solely for respiration? When you say solely, it means only, as in no other one. That would be your tadpole. Now be careful. Frog, you can say frog because frog stays in water, but no, they also have skin for respiration, vocal cavity for respiration. When I say solely, only, and bear in mind that tadpole is the larval form of your frog. So while it was in water, it was only using gills alone. But when frog gets to the land, or say toad, any one of those ones, amphibia, their adult form stays on land and on water. Do you get? Which of the following does not exhibit viviparity? Viviparity means giving birth to young ones alive. So rats give birth to young ones alive. Homo sapiens, which are humans, give birth to young ones alive. Chimpanzee also give birth to young ones alive, except for viper, which are is a type of snake. They give birth to their young ones. They lay. Let me explain here. Viper exhibits what we call ovoviviparity. What does that mean? A case whereby when I mean ovoviviparity, that means you just put OVO before this particular one. You have ovoviviparity. That means they retain a fertilized egg in the abdomen. So when the egg is fully matured, about to hatch, it hatches inside them, or they lay the egg or the matured egg and it hatches immediately. So that's what they call ovoviviparity. But oviparity, those ones will just lay the egg and go away, or maybe sit on the egg for it to get matured. But in ovoviviparity, the egg is retained in the abdomen of the mother until when it's about to hatch. In fact, some animals, the egg will hatch inside of them, and the young babies of the animal will eat the abdomen of their mothers to come out, which means they are going to kill their mother. So viper is ovoviviparity. Don't forget, this viviparity is giving birth to young ones alive, not laying egg or laying a matured egg, while viper is ovoviviparity, which is laying a matured egg once they lay the egg, it hatches almost immediately. All right. Which of the following vertebrates is believed to be the first to master terrestrial habitats? Now, the answer to that question is reptiles. Now, let me arrange this for you in hierarchy from evolutionary point of view. The first will be, okay, Pisces are not here, so the first will be amphibia, reptiles, aves, mammals. Amphibia was the first to come to the land, but they are not the first to master it. Why? Because they still go back to water, they still shuttle between land and water. But reptiles are the ones that have they stayed on land. If they don't go back to water, they are still okay. Alright? We might have some exceptions though, but according to evolution, reptiles are the first to master. Master means they are able to stay. But if this question were to say the first to stay on land, the answer will be amphibia. Alright? Double chambered heart is found amongst your mammals. Let me explain that now. In Pisces, you have just two how do I explain that? You just have one auricle here, one ventricle for Pisces. For amphibia, you have two auricles, one ventricle. Alright? In reptilia, you have two auricles, two ventricle. But those two auricles, two ventricle are not fully divided into right and left parts. But in mammals and aves is not mentioned here. In mammals, according to this option, they have double chamber because their right and left are distinctly separated. So two auricles, two ventricles. So on the left, one auricle up, one auricle down. On the right, one auricle up, one auricle let me say that again. On the left, one auricle up, one ventricle down. On the right, one auricle up, one ventricle down. Alright, so and that is divided into two by a septum. So that is what we call it double chambered. In the case of reptiles, they also have one auricle up, one auricle ventricle down, but it is not totally divided. Alright, moving on. The major difference between chondroctiasis and osteichthysis. Chondroctiasis are cartilaginous fishes, while osteichthysis are bony fishes. Alright, so what is the difference between them? The answer to that is C. Chondroctiasis is supported by cartilages, while osteichthysis are supported by bones. Alright, every other option here is either wrong or not just correct. Mammals are considered most advanced amongst chordates because they possess sweat glands. No, because they have mammary gland and they can exhibit homeostasis, so they have homeostatic ability. That means they have mammary gland, breast to feed, and their body temperature can vary with can be maintained constant. That means they are warm blooded. Now bear in mind that these other ones are correct about them, but this is the extinct. Alright, and with that we have come to the end of the little questions on this, and I want you to give me your comments and send me a text on WhatsApp. Let me know if you have if you solve more questions. There are a lot of questions. It's just that I just try to pick some. There are a lot of questions on this topic. So solve more questions from different examinations. Get back to me if you have any issue. Just talk to me on WhatsApp. Thank you for your time. Remain blessed. Till when next we meet again, always remember the best is in you.